Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things, okay? Um, I want to send a shout out to all of the people that have been shouting out my channel. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. Okay. I've been getting messages from people saying, different people shouting out my channel. And I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Um, hey, shout out to everyone that is keeping cases alive, around the Memphis area. Um, yeah, shout out to those people. But I wanted to talk about. I have three different things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Key Glock needs top security at all times. Um, I wanted to talk about Black Youngster very briefly, and I wanted to talk about who was trying to send a message to Yo Gotti's brother, BIGJOOK. Okay, I want to start with Key Glock. I just want to say, I've seen that Key Glock is in at Fashion Week in Paris, and I'm very proud when I see that young brother in Paris. Okay, he's gone um, South Memphis from the streets of South Memphis to um, the streets of Paris. The things that he's doing as far as acting and all of that. Um, just a handsome young man doing this thing. And, I'm happy that he is utilizing the wisdom that young Dolph and Daddy O had invested in him. And it looks like he might have young Dolph um, as his screen saver. Hey, I wish young Dolph could have been here to help to continuously groom and um, nurture his artists. All of them. But it seems to me that they still have Daddy O, who was there with a young dog from the beginning, um, helping them. A lot of people look at Daddy O as being a ghost, okay? But Daddy O has always been, okay, in the background. I see that people are starting, to try to bring his name and stuff up again. But one thing about Daddy O, he has done a very good job of not have keeping his life out there. So whatever it is that people know about him, they have to basically guess, right? But I want for Key Glock to keep top notch security around him because, even when this happened, the first thing that I started seeing in comments, especially when emotions were all elevated and stuff, is they need to go get Key Glock. They need to go get Key Glock, or energy. People is trying to create an energy because they understand that Key Glock has been one of the ones because he was the one that we saw next to Young Dolph when Young Dolph was alive. They did Dumb and Dumber. They did a lot together, right? He was one of the ones that they wanted gone also. The people that took Young Dolph out. And so I see that people are on a mission again to try and create an energy so that they can go after Key Glock and even the rest of the artists, right? So I want for all of them to keep top notch security around them because, I understand people don't really care about the truth, right? And the sad thing about it is, hey, people will know that they didn't have anything to do with it and still, try and create an energy for something to happen to them, which is just sad on so many levels, right? But as I said, I'm really proud of the young brother doing his thing, okay? And he is definitely doing his thing. Um, he has a movie out. I mean, he has just been consistently going up. He's young, he's handsome, and I'm just proud of him. I really do. I be proud of these young brothers when they come from um, the streets of Memphis. I grew up in South Memphis. Hey, I came from an era where it was bad, but in their era, it's like four times worse. So I'm just always happy to see them doing well, right? I am, and he makes me extremely proud. He's doing it quietly. He has a quiet success. He allows his success to speak for him. He's not trying to convince anybody of anything. We just see it. And so that makes me proud of that young brother. So shout out to Key Glock, and definitely keep his security tight, because like I was getting ready to say, people know that he had nothing to do with this, but the mere fact that his success is loud, right? His success is loud. He's killing it. Um, People become jealous of that and try and create atmospheres and put out lies so that something can happen to this young brother, right? But um, we're not in support of that. Memphis knows that he had nothing to do with this, and Memphians are very proud of him. Memphians are very proud of him. Okay. I wanted to go on and talk about Lil Boosie and Black Youngster. Okay, we know Black Youngster had not been really popping out or anything like that. Okay, and but now he's popping out again, right? And he, I want to pull up what he's saying. Now, this is what kind of concerned me a little bit. A little bit. Um, he says that real ones see eye to eye, and there's a handshake, and that's the black sheep and the goat. Now, let me just say this: Boosie has always been one of my favorite rappers. Boosie came from my era. We cannot negate the fact that Boosie is one of the hardest rappers out there. I mean, he is. He's one of the hardest. Definitely has a distinctive sound. He's like one of those Snoop Dogg rappers that when you hear it, you know it's him. Nobody else can duplicate his sound. Like nobody else can duplicate Snoop's sound, right? And Boosie, shoot, he's had some hard hits, but we already know now he's been quiet, but we can't forget. See, I think oftentimes we forget. And I like Boosie, okay? But this right here, when I see the handshake, and it could be very innocent, Black Youngster probably just wanted for everybody to know that Boosie was at the concert, at 42 Doug concert, and all that good stuff. And he was happy that they let him out, okay? I'm talking about Black Youngster, but I want for a few months back, I'm reminded of when Lil Boosie was showing Kenny Money some love, right? So he was showing Kenny Money some love, and Kenny Money was so happy. And hey, Boosie, he was one of those. He's one of those ones that everybody loved as far as his music, and Kenny Money deserved to be shown love. But Boosie, Kenny Money, and them are in their 20s, and Boosie is in his 40s. So Boosie 40 something, he was about 20 some when they was born. Okay, so they grew up listening to his music, and for him to play their music and give him a shout out, I'm sure that was, like, I don't know, that was like a great moment for them. But I want, okay, for all of Young Dolph's artists to make sure that they are not trusting anyone. Okay, even when there's a little starstruckness, because they are proud of or happy that people like Boosie and them are showing him love or showing them love. That's a good thing. Thank them. Keep it on social media. But when it's time to go into the studio, they talking about they want to do features. That now what you could do is you could do features. You could record a track, and you ain't even got to be in the studio with them. Don't get starstruck. Just remember this picture right here. Real one see eye to eye and the handshake. Okay, that right there. Take the job, take the work, let's say, look here, I'm busy, so I'm gonna go ahead and record some wherever I'm at, and I'm gonna send it to you. Okay, that's how y'all gonna have to do that, and you're probably gonna have to do that with everybody because we know now people don't have issues with trying to set people up for a damn dime. Give them some money, and they'll do anything. Okay, they'll dance the jig, they'll do anything. People are doing anything for some money, and it's a darn shame before God that folks don't have no integrity. They don't have any pride. They are getting down on their knees and putting on men putting on dresses. They're doing anything. They don't care. So just remember that. But one thing that I did notice is that normally when Black Youngster pops out, right, he is throwing out shots. He didn't appear to be really throwing out shots. He did say CMG heavy cam for life and after. Okay, and then he got blood on it. It seemed like to me Black Youngster was just glad that they let him out. Oh my God. He says, Yo Gotti, I love you for life, brother. Long live Jook and long live my baby brothers. So what I did notice is that he did not throw in the shots, right? He did not throw in the shots at them. And that just kind of shook me when he said long live my baby brothers, because especially when his last little brother was taken out. It was his family took it very hard because this was the brother that he was the youngest, and this was the brother that was, I don't want to get too deep in there, but he was taught differently, um yeah, he was they the people that taught him differently, and he was a hard worker and all of that. Worked hard, took care of his family. He was different. He was, he hung around street guys because that's the environment that he lived in. He lived up there, but he was different. And Tadarius, I hear, was a really kind-hearted person too. TD, the one that was with Black Youngster all the time. He looked up to his brother a lot, and I hear people are still putting into the atmosphere that Young Dolph and them, and they came from the insurance agent, and um, I'm sure the insurance agent got that from somebody, so it was secondhand information. But for the record, when that started coming out, Black Youngster's family, his aunts and everybody was saying, "Why are they saying that? We know what happened to Darius, which is TD. Young Dolph had nothing to do with that. I don't know why people are saying that, So, but they're saying it because, an insurance agent, I'm sure he was told that it was more than likely secondhand. It was because that's not what happened. They know exactly what happened, right? But so hey, I put that out there. I think my best friend has gotten on when she's gotten on the panel, and she has said that also. And she's not a distant cousin. When folks say, well, she's just in the family. No, she's not a distant cousin. She's a close cousin. She's close. Okay. Um, but anyways, yeah. I noticed that he did not put, he did not put any subliminals into the atmosphere. Normally he is being very disrespectful, letting it be known what they're gonna do and this and that, taking every opportunity to diss Young Dolph. He didn't do that. So that's how you know that they already know that it did not come from that area. That they know what happened, and they're not throwing out subliminals at the people that did it because they know not to, more than likely, right? What Yo Gotti did do was he got on the stage to confirm that we don't tell. So I think he wanted whoever it was that did this to know that they weren't going to tell on him. Okay, but which leads to the last part. Who was trying to send a message to your goddess brother? Okay, as I said, and I know we've gone through it. I wanted to try to make this video 10 minutes, but I can't, okay? Because y'all know how I am. I always, even when I'm talking, I get to thinking about stuff, okay? That somebody has told me or something like that. But who was trying to send a message to your goddess brother, okay? When this first happened, and I was talking to somebody at the PD that I talk to all the time, and I asked about this, and they said that it was a message. They felt like that it was a message. And he kind of passively said, I told you all, he said that they talking about I get people are mad at us because somebody came in from out of town and did this. So he passively said that he dropped the gem, really. Okay. And so I knew he had said that for a reason. Okay. I feel like because of how the people that was there said that the guys came into the church with only, face mask on. People can recognize you with a damn face mask on. I was telling y'all how I was in the store yesterday and some people was looking at me that worked at the Walmart, asked me if I had a podcast. I was like, no, and I had my face covered up and some glasses on, right? And for them to, if it had been anybody from like around Memphis or whatever, I'm not saying that they didn't have connects with people in Memphis, but I don't think they would have went and sat in the church and people would have been able to um identify, because if they had went in there with Pooh Shiesty mask and stuff on, that would have tipped them off anyways. Nobody was going to go into a funeral uh you know with stuff like that on, right? But they did have on facial masks, which everybody is still wearing because I still wear them, right? But who was trying to send a message? As I've been saying, Big Jook had posted, rather than face me, you rather snake me, right? So it sounds like it was someone that he was doing business with, right? Someone he was doing business with. We know that Big Jook and them were out in the street heavy. Even before this happened, you know, uh, Big Jook's people that knew him talked about how he still hung in North Memphis. He'd be in crap houses and stuff like that. He didn't seem to be looking over his shoulder. But a couple times last year, people shot at him, right? They shot at him. Was it the same people? Um, you know, it probably wasn't. Now, I tend to believe, this is just me, that whoever was shooting at him last year just happened to see him and started popping at him. Now, I believe those were probably some Memphians. Though not probably, I believe those were some Memphians, probably some hood dudes, that was mad at him and that was popping at him. But this right here, and he didn't even seem to be worried even after that, right? But this right here, the mere fact that that post he made, and then the picture that he posted up, you could tell that he was worried. And I'm like the officer, okay. It runs deep. I was like I said, it's quite a few people that tend to think that it came from out of town, okay. And like I said, they have reason to believe that, based on more than likely the intel that they're getting. And hey, I ain't making this up. Somebody has said, just passively mentioned Texas too. I don't know if it came from out of Texas, but then somebody else said Atlanta. So I don't know. I guess the only thing we could do is just sit back and wait and see, right? Child, I don't have all the answers. As a matter of fact, I don't have none of the answers. But I can say this: I hate that it happened. Um, and I stand 10 toes down. I don't believe that it was Young Dolph's artist. I see that an energy is being perpetuated to try and make people believe that it was Young Dolph's artist, so that I believe so that there can be a bloodbath. But I do believe that the police know that it wasn't Young Dolph's artist. I kind of believe what I was told. The investigation is still early; it could change. But I've heard Houston and I've heard Atlanta. And I'm going to be honest because I ain't no liar. The person that said Atlanta came into my chat and said that the hit came from out of Atlanta. People are celebrating in Atlanta. I don't know what kind of business he was doing in Atlanta, but that's what they said. Now that was in the chat. The police, you know, from the inside said something about Texas. I don't know though. I don't know. I'm sure it is because they got some intel about that, right? But at any rate, nobody believes it came from out of Memphis. Nobody believes that it was Young Dolph's artist. I get real suspicious at vloggers that try and create an energy to try and point the finger at Young Dolph's artists. It makes me think how involved they are and who they're trying to protect. It's weird, you know. But you know, the police on their job. Hopefully, I think people underestimate the police. You know, a lot of these criminals always think that they're a step ahead. They gain this arrogance when they got a bunch of damn fools around them that they feel like gonna go down before they ever even touched. You know, they have people that's mentally sick gathered around them, willing to do anything. All right. And so they feel like, well, all of these layers are going to go down before me. No, they got the laser beam on the people that is doing this, and all them damn fools around them is more than likely going to go down. But they got the laser beam on these people that is creating this stuff and involved in this stuff. Okay. But anyways, I digress. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. I love you guys. I'll speak with you later.